My beloved brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I begin, let me ask you a question that will touch your heart. Have you ever wondered why, without any alarm, your eyes suddenly open between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? At a time when the world is silent, when even your own thoughts are calm, something wakes you up. Today I want to share with you, as Mufti Menk would say, a gentle reminder inspired by Dr. Haifaa Younis, why Allah wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. My brothers and sisters, when Allah wakes you up at that mysterious hour of the night, it is not a coincidence. It is not just a bathroom break. It is not insomnia. It is an invitation from the Lord of the worlds directly to you. Think about it. Allah chooses you from billions of people at a moment when the gates of mercy are wide open, when the angels are descending with blessings, when the hearts are soft and the distractions are gone. Why? Because He wants to hear your voice. He wants you to speak to Him when no one else is listening. That time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is the time of Tahajjud, the time Allah Himself descends to the lowest heaven in a way that befits His majesty and asks, who is calling upon me so I may answer? Who is asking from me so I may give? Who is seeking forgiveness so I may forgive? Subhanallah, imagine the King of all kings calling out for you. The hook is simple: when the world sleeps, Allah wakes you up because He wants to change your life. When Allah wakes you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is not a random moment, nor is it a coincidence of the body. It is a divine nudge, a gentle tap from the Lord of the worlds inviting you to rise at a time when the veil between your heart and His mercy feels thinner than ever. At that hour, the world sleeps in deep silence, distractions fade, the noise of life pauses, and your soul becomes clearer, softer, and more honest. And in that stillness, Allah chooses you, yes, you, to awaken. The question is, why you? Why now? Why this hour? This is the hook that should shake your heart awake. When Allah wakes you at that time, He is calling you personally. Imagine for a moment that you receive a call at dawn from someone of high status, a leader, a scholar, a respected personality. You would rush to answer it, knowing it is an honor. But this call is infinitely greater. This is your Creator calling you, the one who designed your heart, shaped your destiny, and knows your pain before you voice it. The one who controls the universe is inviting you to speak to Him while the world sleeps. That is not an ordinary moment. It is a privilege wrapped in mercy. Sometimes you wake up suddenly, your heart unsettled. Sometimes it is as gentle as simply opening your eyes without reason. And sometimes, even though you are exhausted, you find yourself awake and alert. These are not random awakenings. These are spiritual invitations. This is Allah saying, I am listening. Come to me. The hook is powerful. The Lord, who needs nothing, is giving you attention at a time when you feel forgotten by everyone else. At that hour, you are not just awake, you are chosen. Chosen for forgiveness, chosen for healing, chosen for a private conversation where your tears are not judged and your voice is not ignored. This is the time when Allah draws you near. He wakes you because He wants to hear the dua you've been postponing, the fears you keep hiding, the gratitude you forget to express during the rush of the day. And it may be that Allah wakes you because He knows what lies ahead of you. The difficulty you cannot see, the blessing you are not ready for, the storm that requires a stronger heart, or the gift that requires sincere dua. Sometimes Allah is preparing you. Sometimes He is protecting you. Sometimes He is simply reminding you that He has not forgotten you, even when you feel alone. There is a special sweetness at that hour, a tranquility that does not exist during daytime. It is in those quiet minutes that breakthroughs happen. Moments where your chest loosens, your tears become a form of worship, and your heart aligns again with purpose. That is why Allah wakes you not to burden you, but to elevate you, not to test you, but to pull you closer, not to interrupt your sleep, but to awaken your soul. The next time you open your eyes between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., pause. Realize you have been called by name. Realize you have been selected in a moment filled with divine mercy. And remember the hook that can change your spiritual life forever. When Allah wakes you at that hour, it is because He wants to give you something that only the early dawn can carry. Guidance, mercy, healing, forgiveness, and a connection that transforms your destiny. The power of dua made between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is unlike any other moment in the day. It is during this sacred time, in the last third of the night, that Allah opens the doors of acceptance in a way that makes your requests carry a different weight, a deeper sincerity, and a faster response. This is the hour when your whispered prayer can change your destiny, when a single tear can erase years of mistakes, when one sincere "Why Allah" can move your life from darkness to ease. The hook you must hold on to is this: your dua at that hour is not ordinary, it is destiny shaping. When you raise your hands in the stillness of the night, you are speaking directly to the one who not only listens but responds with generosity beyond imagination. During the day, your heart is scattered, busy, distracted, stressed, overwhelmed by tasks, deadlines, and conversations. But at night, that scattering disappears. You stand alone, no eyes watching, no expectations from people, no pressure to sound eloquent. It is just you and your Lord. And sincerity thrives in silence. The Prophet told us that Allah descends to the lowest heaven in these hours in a manner befitting His Majesty and calls out, asking who is making dua so He may answer them. Imagine that scene. The Lord of all worlds inviting you, specifically you, to ask. What king does this? What leader opens the doors at night and says, tell me what you need and I will give it to you? This is divine generosity at its peak. And the hook is clear. If Allah Himself is asking who is calling upon Him, will you remain silent? Many people wonder why their duas are not answered when they make them during the day at random moments, in quick words between errands. But the night is different. The soul is softer, the ego weaker, the sincerity stronger. Dua in those hours is like planting seeds in fertile soil. They grow faster, stronger, and with deeper roots. Perhaps you've been waiting for a breakthrough, a job, healing, direction, purpose, a spouse, peace, or forgiveness. Perhaps you've cried quietly, feeling like your prayers bounce back unanswered. But the truth is, some doors only open with night dua. Some destinies only shift when your forehead touches the ground at a time when the world is asleep. Some blessings only descend when your voice cracks in the darkness. Calling upon the one who never turns away. Allah knows what you need. He knows what you are afraid to say out loud. He knows the burden you carry, the guilt you hide, and the dreams you haven't shared with anyone. But He still waits for you to ask. Because dua is not just about receiving, it is about connecting. It is about acknowledging that no matter how strong or capable we think we are always dependent on Him. That hour teaches humility, it teaches trust, it teaches surrender. And when you raise your hands in that moment, angels surround you, mercy covers you, and Allah's acceptance embraces you. Sometimes your dua is answered immediately. Sometimes it is delayed because something better is written. And sometimes Allah changes your heart instead of your situation, giving you strength you never knew you needed. The next time you wake up in those hours, remember the hook that can transform your life. Your dua is not floating in the air. It is rising to a Lord who has already promised to answer. One sincere moment before dawn can rewrite years of your future. Sometimes Allah wakes you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. not because you planned it, not because you set an alarm, and not because your sleep is disturbed, but because something in your life requires divine intervention. It may be a blessing that is about to enter your life and needs your dua to unlock it. Or it may be a hardship approaching that requires your protection. And you may not even realize it. This is the hook you must remember. When Allah wakes you at that hour, He is preparing you for something you cannot yet see. There are moments when your heart feels uneasy for no reason. Moments when you wake up in the darkness with a heaviness you cannot describe. Moments when your eyes open suddenly, as if someone touched your soul. These are not interruptions. They are invitations. They are signals that the Lord who created your life's journey is guiding you through a chapter you do not yet understand. Allah knows what tomorrow hides, what the next week holds, what challenges or opportunities lie silently ahead. And because He loves you, He calls you to speak to Him before those moments unfold. Sometimes the blessing coming your way is huge, bigger than your capacity. Maybe that promotion, that marriage, that opportunity, that shift in your life requires a stronger heart and a more grounded soul. Maybe Allah wants you to grow spiritually before He opens a door of worldly success. And so He wakes you to prepare you. He strengthens your spirit in the quiet hours because what He is planning to give you cannot be carried by a weak heart. The hook is powerful. Some blessings are so big, Allah trains you for them before they arrive. On the other hand, sometimes Allah wakes you because a difficulty is approaching. A test is near. A trial is silently walking toward your life. And Allah does not want you to enter it unprotected. He does not want you to face it without your shield, without your spiritual armor, without the peace that comes from calling upon Him. So He wakes you so you can seek refuge in Him before the storm even becomes visible. This is His mercy. This is His protection. This is His way of telling you, come to me before life overwhelms you. And sometimes Allah wakes you simply to save you from yourself, from a decision you are about to make, from a path you are considering, from a sin that will harm you, or from a moment where your heart may slip. Allah sees what you cannot see. He hears conversations you are not part of. He knows what will hurt you and what will heal you. And so He pulls you into the night not to burden you, but to rescue you. Even on the days where you feel nothing extraordinary is happening, Allah may still wake you because your soul needs something. Clarity, peace, grounding, forgiveness, or a renewed purpose. Perhaps you have drifted a little too far. Perhaps the dunya has taken too much of your attention. Perhaps your heart is carrying pain you're pretending doesn't exist. And Allah in His infinite gentleness calls you back at a time when your heart can finally listen. The next time you wake in that silent window, remember this hook your awakening is not random. It is Allah's way of shaping your destiny, protecting your path, and preparing your soul for what is written ahead. He wakes you because He knows exactly what you need long before you do. There is a unique kind of healing that descends in the silence between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Healing that does not come from people, conversations or distractions, but from Allah directly. At that hour, the world becomes quiet, the chaos of life softens, and even your own worries lose their power. And this is the hook you must never forget. The night is where Allah heals the wounds you don't show anyone. No matter how strong you appear during the day, no matter how busy or loud your life becomes, there are parts of your heart that only the stillness before dawn can touch. Throughout the day, you push through responsibilities, interactions, expectations and pressures. You smile when you're hurting, stay busy to avoid your thoughts, and pretend to be okay because the world demands it. But at night, when everything stops, the truth of your heart surfaces. Your fears, your disappointments, your unspoken pain, they rise. And Allah, out of His mercy, wakes you at the exact moment when your heart is most honest, most vulnerable, and most ready to be healed. When you stand before Allah in that hour, you are not performing for anyone. You are not trying to sound perfect, composed, or strong. You are simply you, broken in some places, tired in others, hopeful in a few, and lost in many. And Allah loves the sincerity of a heart that comes to Him stripped of pretenses. This is why the healing of the night is different. It is healing that touches the root, not just the surface. Sometimes you don't even know what is hurting you, yet your chest feels heavy. Sometimes past memories haunt your present moments, and sometimes your future feels uncertain. And perhaps the greatest pain is the one you cannot explain to anyone. But Allah knows. He knows the wound you've hidden for years. He knows the betrayal you're still recovering from. He knows the fear you keep ignoring. And He wakes you because it is finally time for your heart to breathe again. During those sacred minutes, the darkness around you is not loneliness. It is protection. The silence is not emptiness. It is space for your soul to speak. The tears that fall are not weakness, they are cleansing. Allah designed the night to be a refuge, a sanctuary for broken hearts to find strength again. Healing does not always happen in loud breakthroughs. Sometimes it happens in quiet sighs, whispered du'as, and soft tears that fall only Allah witnesses. The night allows you to let go, to release what is heavy, to surrender what is confusing, to finally stop carrying what has been exhausting your soul. And when you whisper, Ya Allah, help me, the angels record it. Mercy surrounds you, and your heart begins to repair in ways you don't immediately see but will eventually feel. The hook is profound. What hurts you during the day heals in the night, because the one who created your heart attends to it Himself. So when Allah wakes you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., understand that He is offering you a moment of deep spiritual healing. A moment that can repair what life has broken, calm what fear has shaken, and restore what pain has stolen. Even the shortest moment of sincere dua between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. carries a power that can transform your entire life. Many people hesitate to wake up at that hour because they believe they must pray long prayers, recite lengthy duas, or perform extended worship. But the truth is far more beautiful and far more comforting. Even 10 seconds of genuine dua in that sacred time can shift the course of your destiny. This is the hook you must hold on to. Allah values sincerity, not duration. A few honest words whispered in the darkness are more beloved to Him than hours of worship done without heart. Sometimes your body is tired, your eyes are heavy, and your energy feels drained, yet your heart wakes before the alarm. You may think you're not capable of praying long, and you may believe your short dua doesn't matter. But that moment is precious because it carries purity, undistracted, unfiltered sincerity that comes only when the world is asleep. At that hour, your heart speaks differently. It does not pretend. It does not hide. It pours out its truth in a way that reaches the heavens instantly. Think of how powerful it is when a person you care about tells you something meaningful in just a few words. Even one sentence can touch you deeply. Now imagine what happens when you speak a few words to the one who loves you more than any human ever could. Allah does not measure the length of dua. He measures the depth of your heart. Sometimes one, Way Allah, protect me, made with sincerity, can shield you from 1,000 hidden harms. One, Why Allah, guide me, can redirect your life to a path of clarity and peace. One, Wa Allah, forgive me, can erase years of mistakes you've been carrying quietly. The night does not require eloquence, it requires honesty. This is where the power lies. When you whisper even the simplest dua, your soul aligns with Allah in a way that is pure and unpolluted by the noise of the day. You are not distracted by people, phones, tasks, or responsibilities. It is just you and your Lord. That intimate connection creates a spiritual impact far greater than you can perceive in the moment. Sometimes we underestimate the power of a small action, but Allah does not. Allah multiplied the reward of even a single good deed. Imagine then the weight of a single dua made in the most blessed moments of the night. Imagine angels carrying those words, writing them in your favor, and surrounding you with mercy. Imagine how one brief plea may remove a trial you were never meant to face, or bring a blessing you never expected to receive. Your life does not always change with big moments. Sometimes it changes with a small whisper in the dark. Sometimes your heart finds peace with a single tear. Sometimes your path becomes clear because of one sentence you spoke with absolute sincerity. So when Allah wakes you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't think you must stay awake long. Don't think you need perfect words. Don't think your short prayer is insignificant. As long as it comes from the depths of your heart, it is powerful enough to shift your destiny. And this is the hook that should live inside you. A few sincere seconds with Allah before dawn can do more for your life than hours spent chasing solutions during the day.